Do you sometimes find yourself giving up on some very good endeavors? You start on a project and before you realize it, you get discouraged and you give up. It could be a habit that you started and you look back and say, if I had not stopped on that habit 10 years ago, where would I be by now? But somewhere along the way, you get discouraged and you give up. And you may start on a new project and you give up before realizing the ultimate fruition of that project. Well, my name is Joseph Mcheriwa and I help individuals and organizations perform better and become better in the process. So today I want to share with you a strategy that I believe if you implement can help you from getting easily discouraged and giving up on good endeavors or on good habits. So you find ourselves in this environment. This is the situation. This is where you find yourself. And you have a choice. As you can see, this color and this color, they are similar. This is negativity. That's why it's quite easy for you to face negativity with negativity, or it's rather easy for you to pay negativity with negativity. And you hear people say, how would I react? They provoked me, so I had to provoke them in return. Because negativity calls for negativity. So you can then decide and say, this is a disabling environment. This is a toxic environment around here. This organization is too micromanaged. This organization is too cliquish. You can never grow in this place. This is a diminishing environment. There's a dysfunctional atmosphere in here. So you can keep on adding negativity after negativity after negativity. So you need to understand this. Every time you face negativity with negativity, you are simply amplifying the negativity. People in an organization talk bad to each other and you also talk bad to them in return. What have you done? You are just adding to the negativity. Okay, now I just do away. Because they do pay as you earn, so I also now work as I earn. I don't go beyond the normal call of duty because these people, they are not appreciative and I just do what the environment calls for. You see, as you are doing that, you are continuously adding to that toxic environment. It's one option, it's one choice that you have. And on the other hand, you can also decide and say, okay, this is the environment that I find myself in. What can I do? Instead of keeping on adding the flames of the negativity, what if I come in with a different language? What if I come in with a different attitude and start doing things the opposite way? So instead of complaining, I keep on doing the best that I can. I keep on adding more positive stuff, more positive energy into the environment. And as you realize, as I am doing that, the environment is changing. Most of us, when we get discouraged, most of the times, we have poured in the positive up to this extent. And then you look back and you say, but nothing is changing. Nothing seems to be taking a better shape. Look, I decided to change my attitude and I'm applying positive vibes to this environment, but nothing is changing. I give up. And then you stop. When you do that, all this effort that you have put in has amounted to nothing. So that is what a lot of people do. Even when it comes to prayer, you are praying against a certain situation, you are praying for something. Most of the times you hear people say, I've prayed about it, nothing has changed. Or I've talked to them, but nothing has changed. You prayed about it, but not to the level that is able to transform the situation. You have spoken to them, but not enough to get them to understand your point of view. So what should you do? Keep on adding positive vibes. So you keep pouring clean water, positive attitude, positive thinking, encouraging information, reading good books, listening to good tapes, listening to good speakers, listening to good people, getting the right kind of information, good education. As you can see, everything around is changing. It's changing, it's changing, it's changing, it's changing, until you get to that point where you have completely managed to transform your situation. So the message is this: do not give up until you have realized the positive result. So most of the times you'll find the jar of negativity is the one that is much bigger than the one of positivity. So it's easier for you to get to feel from this jar of negativity because as you saw when we started, this color and that color were the same. So it's easier to relate with the negative because the environment is negative. But when you change yourself and your environment, you start to realize that you also align and identify with the positive. The late Dr. Wayne Dyer once said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So it's about time that you start changing your environment, start changing your situation by keeping on insisting on doing the right thing, and before you realize it, your environment will change. So whether it's information that you need, whether it's education or whether it's knowledge about a certain field or about certain things, you have to make sure that you keep on adding more positive information, and before you realize it, you are good to go. So I thought this could help and get you encouraged and help you not to give up on the good habits that would have started. Whatever good habit you start now, look at yourself 10 years from now doing the same thing over and over again and see how far you would have gone. Instead of quickly giving up, you achieve better results. If you are new to this channel, I would encourage you to click the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that every time I upload these educational videos, you will be notified.